Hi, good morning. Yesterday we saw Chaiye Sarah, that is Life of Sarah. I was telling to you guys, life and death is just like a ship's departing and boarding back to the port. If a ship departs, it doesn't know how it's going to end up, where it's going to be, boarding back or reaching the destination. Even though the destinations are being set and the directions are being set, but we never know where it will land. Only we can confirm at the time of its landing. At the same time, the ship is boarding back to the port, reaching back to its destination. We greet them as a successful ship because not only the ship is reached back its destination, it's just due to the completeness of the travel. The boarding inside the ship is, the ship comes along with the goodness, the goods, and other containers inside the ship. So that's the factor that we compare it with the life situation, life and death. That's what I was talking to you last time. Chaiye Sarah. Sarah's life actually starts after her death. She lived 127 years. During these years, she went through a long. She obeyed her husband, moved from her own native place to Canaan. She traveled through with him, and she obeyed her husband whatever he told to her to do. And also, she was in a position to receive a message from God that she is going to be giving a birth at the age of 90, which was practically impossible. But still then, Sarah, even though she couldn't able to believe that at the beginning, but she kept her inside. But as God predicted, as God told to her, she gave birth to a child. In Sarah's life, she had two youthful time. At the age of 90, she becoming young again, meaning that she was giving birth to a baby and she was started nourishing the baby. And now, after that, the baby grows in and then she chases out the Hagar. At this one point, we should consider if there is anything hindering in your lifetime. If any personality is stopping your goals or your travel in your lifetime, release them. Just like Sarah released Hagar and Ishmael. Release them out of your life. Because your destination is far more holier than their destinations or their, being in presence in your lifetime. Now, Sarah died. Now, Abraham is looking for a place to bury her. First of all, I was so, astonished. How come the habit of burying the bodies in the caves? I don't know who developed this. I don't know how it came through, but all of a sudden, now Abraham is looking into this cave, and he is going to, search for a cave. But he already had in his mind, how did he choose this cave? What motivated him to choose this place? And I will tell you in a minute. And when Abraham approached Hebron, the Hittite, and he said actually basically to take the land for free. But Abraham refused to take the land for free. The reason is that you don't want to buy a burial land for free or rent a burial land for free, because what is your idea of renting a burial land? Are you going to move out in future? That's not going to happen. So it is always better to buy the burial land. Abraham bought the land for 400 shekels. It's a big fortune amount of money that he bought the land. Abraham not only bought the land, he bought the cave and the big land surrounding that. Why? What is the name of the cave that he bought? We were told it was Cave of Machpelah. Who names the caves? And who would name the cave, first of all? Recently we heard about Osama bin Laden was staying in Tora Bora caves. In Afghanistan, Tora Bora caves are very famous. There are more than 10,000 caves out there. So, did anyone name all the 10,000 caves? And, which cave he was staying among Tora Bora caves? Cave number 22 or 23? It's interesting how these naming things are coming in to the caves. And what we mean by Maqbara? Maqbara means two or double. There were two monuments already were there in that place. What are the monuments? The two caves. The two Maqbara caves are told one above the above. One above the above or one inside the above. So there are two, towers or twin towers were standing there in that area. Abraham not only bought the cave, Abraham also bought the land around that. And why he chose that land? There is a story behind this. What I wanted to tell you guys, that we ourselves, we may be knowing our parents or some information about our grandparents. But did we ever, take a time to go and research or peruse the information of our four grandfathers? We never do that. But even then, if we wanted to know something, how we get the information? There is no document. So what we hear from our forefathers or from our grandparents or from parents, we believe that because they lived in those times and whatever they tell, we believe that. In the same way, biblical heroes and biblical characters have something behind the past which was not recorded in the Bible. Bible can be condensed and be given to us to understand. But most of the things are not written in the Bible. So we always say that, oh, you know what? I don't believe anything other than what the Bible is written. I don't want to believe, and whatever you say is a story. Well, it is a story, but I'm having a full belief in these stories because it connects so much into the biblical concept. And also, this has been written in the Torah books. There are two Torah books. One is the Babylonian version and one is a Jerusalem version. Jerusalem version is very small. Babylonian version is very long, maybe 2 meters wide. So, you see, when you read the Torah, you will understand more what I'm talking about. I believe it. I'm going to tell you. You believe it or not, it's up to you to conceive, but I am so much interested to do all this type of research. What the Torah talks about with Abraham, when Abraham got circumcised at the age of 90, and at the age of 99 basically, and he invited people to his house to give a party for them. For the party, he wanted to slaughter a cow. So he was in a search of a cow. When he was running behind a cow, what happened? The cow ran away, and he was chasing the cow with the pain of circumcision for 3 days. A pain in the circumcision. So he ran out, and he was ending up in this Maqbara cave. Abraham was astonished by being inside the cave of Maqbara. The reason why? The ambience, the atmosphere, the surrounding, the smell, the aroma was absolutely phenomenal. It's so heavenly. Abraham couldn't believe that. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely something totally different. Then he found out, then it struck him, that was the cave of Adam and Eve. Adam buried Eve just closer to the Garden of Eden, facing the gate of Garden of Eden. So you can see the Garden of Eden's, infection or the radiation of the land being totally like aromatized or being, insensitized or with the smell of Garden of Eden. That's what Abraham was smelling inside the cave. So he understood Adam and Eve was buried there. So he wanted to bury Sarah in the same place. Sarah, Chaiye, life of Sarah. Can you believe an historical monument which can never be even been kind of found like this. Nobody can build a monument like this. It's been built by Adam, and and Abraham found this place to keep his wife. Such an honor, such a fantastic place to keep your loved ones. So Abraham was so interested to buy this place, and he wanted to keep her body. Not only then, Abraham bought not only the caves, he bought the whole area. The reason why he bought the whole area, because he doesn't want anybody to trespass the area just like that. And also he doesn't want the cave to be kept in a trespassers area, because the land would be somebody else and the caves will be on the street. Somebody can go on the... No, he doesn't want that. That's why he bought the whole area. And after the burial of Sarah, there were some other couples were buried. Totally 4 couples were buried. That place can only hold, that cave can only hold 4 people or 4 couples. They are, number 1, Adam and Eve. Number 2, Abraham and Sarah. Number 3, Isaac and Rebekah. Number 4 is Jacob and Leah. These are the 4 people who were buried inside that cave. It's a big honor. It's a place of heavenly to be kept in the bodies. The whole story is such an amazing thing. So the life of Sarah, Chaiye Sarah, talks about Abraham for the very first time buying the land. This is the first Jewish land was bought. God promised Abraham to go to Canaan and he can take the land of Canaan. But how and when was not told. He was only sent to Canaan and it was promised that Canaan will be yours. But when it's going to be? 26 years Abraham stayed in the land of Canaan. It was occupied by Hittites. And he bought this land. The first Jewish registered land was bought. This is an historical event. This is because of Sarah. Sarah's death did this one. The life of Sarah is unbelievable. It's beautiful if you read and research and go through that one. There are a lot of things that I can talk to you guys, but only 10 minutes of posting here. I just want to give you the gist of what happened. It made me to reveal certain things to you guys. So the first Jewish land was bought by Abraham, and the caves were given to 4 families, and the caves are called Machpelah, meaning double or 2, and also the very important thing is Adam and Eve was buried in the cave, and this cave is still now, the belief is that this cave is just in the Garden of Eden. Even today, if you go and visit Hebron back in Israel, you will see these caves are just in the place of Garden of Eden. My folks, study the Bible through the real information. Spend something. Don't worry about spending money in researching or understanding the Bible. Because what I'm trying to tell you guys is that we are so excited when Shah Jahan built a Taj Mahal. We love to go and visit the place. We take pictures and post it in FBs. I don't want you to go to Israel and take a picture, but I just wanted to go research yourself, understand yourself, and don't be frugal in spending money to find the informations. Study yourself, understand yourself, increase your knowledge, and compare yourself in these events. Put yourself in the event. Everyone has a purpose. Everyone has a purpose. Like Sarah had a purpose. That's why I said that a ship leaves the port with a purpose. The destination to be reached safely, completely, with all the information that they have carried to the place. We are going to reach a destination. This is only a temporary place that we are holding it. Do not worry about, people are so into this worldly thing. They are like, oh, my family, my kids, my children, my relation, my parents,